Deadly Dreams, Part 1. Nightmares. Terrible nightmares filled with hideous monsters and vivid scenes of fire and death. It's been days now since Artemus Tau has slept, and every moment is a fight to stay awake. Artemus just has to make it a little longer to hunt down the source of these nightmares and put a stop to it before he is consumed by madness and flame. Hello everyone, and welcome back to Artemus Tau, Trederran Veteran. Let's take a look at the changes to Artemus since his last episode. He gained +3 health and +3 sanity from leveling up in the last episode. He is also now willpower 3+. He has 460 experience. He is now level 4. He has $2,575 in gold. He's carrying 0 Darkstone. He's now carrying 6 Anvils of Weight. And he no longer has any corruption points. Let's join Artemus Tau as he searches for the source of his recent nightmares. Hello and welcome back to Artemus Tau. For today's mission, we are doing Deadly Dreams, the first mission in the Hellfire Succubi mission pack. Our mission rules: all heroes start the adventure with 1 less grit than normal, as they have been awake for days. Also, each hero must roll once on the madness table using a D8 +3 instead of the normal 2D6. This is a sleep deprivation madness. So Artemus has, from lack of sleep, +3 to this roll. 8. The chills. It's so cold in here, it feels like you're freezing on the inside. When scavenging, ignore the first 6 you roll on the scavenge test. For our mission goal, the heroes must stay awake long enough to find 3 clues leading to the creature that is haunting their dreams. These special rules will be using the Hellfire Succubi adventure theme. That means we may encounter Hellfire encounters. Whenever the hero draws 1 or more encounters, even in an otherworld, roll a d6. On the roll of 1, 2, or 3, they must also draw 1 Hellfire encounter. There will be common enemies of Hellfire Succubi. Whenever a threat card would be drawn, roll a d6. On the roll of 1, 2, or 3, instead the heroes are attacked by Hellfire Succubi. On the roll of a 1, this also includes a Hellfire Witch. There are tricks of the mind. At the start of their activation each turn, every hero automatically takes 1 horror hit as the lack of sleep begins to break down their mind. There is sleep deprivation. Whenever a clue icon is found, every hero must make a Spirit 5+ test. If successful, gain 10 XP as you force yourself to stay awake. If failed, the hero nods off for just a moment, but it is enough for the evil to get in. Roll once on the madness table and immediately apply that result as a sleep deprivation madness. If the sleep deprivation roll on the madness table gives the hero the lost in darkness result, that hero has fallen asleep and is consumed by the shadows, bursting into a shower of fire and ash. The hero is killed, and a dynamite immediately goes off in their space to represent the explosive force. This hero may still be resurrected at the church in town as normal. Every hero may automatically remove all sleep deprivation madnesses they have for free at the end of the adventure. There will also be no escape from Artemis's nightmares. Artemis may not flee from this adventure. They must continue to the end to a victory or failure. Without wasting any more precious time, let's hold back the darkness so that Artemis may get some peaceful rest. 8 is good. Artemis will attempt to defend his sleep deprivation horror hit. He fails. He takes 1 point of sanity damage. Rolling for movement. 5. Artemis will look through, and he has found a corner passage. Will it go to the right or the left? To the left. Holding back the darkness. 11 is good. Can Artemis defend his horror hit? Yes, he does. Rolling for movement. 5 again. Artemis will look through once more, and he has found a reinforced room. There is no advanced encounter for this room, so let's reveal our exploration token. A portal and an attack. Will we be attacked by Hellfire Succubi? No. What will we be attacked by? A Frontier Posse. We need to roll a d6 to see if we are attacked by 1 enemy or 2. 1, 2, or 3 is 1 enemy. 4, 5, or 6 is 2 enemies. Just 1. He will be attacked by the Bandito. The Frontier Posse is a rival Frontier enemy medium size at initiative 4. They have Shootout. With Wild West pistols, their range is 6. The Bandito gets 4 shots. His damage is a d6 each shot. He has gunfighting. His range to hit rolls of 6+ will ignore defense. He has Frontier Grit. Once per attack, this enemy re-rolls one of its miss to hit rolls. This enemy also prevents d3 wounds from each critical hit a hero assigns to it. He'll have a movement of 6. We can escape him on a 3+. His range to hit is 5+. His melee to hit is 4+. He has 2 combat that do d6 damage. He has 3 defense and 16 health. He also has Boom at the end of his move. Roll a d6. On the roll of 3+ before making a normal attack, he throws dynamite for free. Place a dynamite token in the space with a random hero within range of 7, and roll once for him to hit. If a hit, it explodes in the space. If missed, it bounces d3 + 1 times before exploding. Holding back the darkness. 7 is good. The Bandito will go. He'll move ahead 1 space just to get within range. Will he throw dynamite on a 3+? He will. His range to hit is 5+. No, it will bounce d3 + 1 times. It will bounce 4 times. The first bounce, 6. The second bounce, 8. The third bounce, 5. I like the direction this is going. And the final bounce, 2. Oh no! Artemis will take d6 wounds, ignoring his defense. 4 wounds. Will his armor prevent these 4 wounds? We have armor 4+. We take 1 wound. The Bandito will now take his 4 shots, hitting on 5+. 4 hits. I just realized we did not roll for his elite abilities. Let's roll for those now. 5 is Reputation. Each rival enemy gains Terror 1. A hero starting their activation on the same map tile takes 1 horror hit. And 3 is a heavy duster. He's plus 6 health, so he now has 20 health. Artemus will attempt to defend the one non-critical hit from the Bandito, defending on 3+. He defends. The Bandito's 3 crits will do how many wounds? 15 wounds. Can Artemis's armor defend against these 15 wounds? We have armor 4+. We'll roll them in batches of 5. We only defend 1 wound out of that batch, taking 4 wounds. The next 5. We defend 2 of them, taking 3 more wounds. And the last 5, again armor 4+. We defend 3 of those, and we take 2 more wounds. Let's see how many shatter grenades Artemis starts with this adventure. 3 grenades. Defending his 2 horror hits. 1 for sleep deprivation and 1 for the Bandito's elite ability. He defends 1 and takes 1 point of sanity damage. Oh, I forgot about our Viking shield. We can block 3 wounds each turn. So we will actually subtract 3 wounds. Rolling for Artemis's movement. 6. Let's throw one of his shatter grenades. Let's put it behind the Bandito. Exploding on a 3+. Fantastic. He will take D3 wounds plus a stun marker. Only 1 wound. He will take his 2 shots with his coach gun, hitting on 3+. Criticals on a 6, 7, or 8. 2 hits. These rolls will each be -3 to the roll. No additional wounds. Holding back the darkness. 9 is good. Will the Bandito throw dynamite this round on a 3+? He will. Exploding on a 5+. No, it will bounce D3 plus 1 times. How many bounces will it get this time? Again, 4 bounces. The first bounce sends it. 2. The next bounce. 3. The third bounce. The 1 space. And the final bounce. The 6. Fortunately, that hits nothing as it explodes. Can he shake free of his stun marker on a 4+? He does not. Taking his 4 shots, hitting on 5+. No hits. Can Artemis defend his 2 horror hits? He does. Can he gain a grit? He does not. Taking his 2 shots, hitting on 3+. 1 crit. This critical hit is +3 to the roll. 5 potential wounds. He blocks D3 of those wounds. He'll block 2, so he takes 3 wounds. His regular hit will be -2 to the roll since he still has a stun marker. 4 more wounds. Holding back the darkness. 3 will fail. Will the Bandito throw dynamite? He does not, finally. Taking his 4 shots, hitting on 5+. Only 1 hit. Artemis defends on a 3+. No, he takes the hit. He'll do how much damage? 2 potential wounds. Artemus has armor 4+. He defends 1 and takes 1 more wound. No! We will use the Viking shield. I gotta keep remembering that. He takes no wounds this turn. Can he defend his horror hits? Yes, he defends both. Can he gain a grit? No. Taking his 2 shots. 2 hits. Each of these shots are -2 to the rolls. 4 more wounds. Holding back the darkness. Double 5s. Double 5s inside the mine cause terrifying shriek. A shriek of pain and suffering echoes through the mine, chilling you to the bone. Each hero in the mines immediately takes D6 horror hits. Artemus will be taking 3 horror hits. His willpower is now 3+. He takes 1 more point of sanity damage. Can the Bandito break free of being stunned on a 4+? He does not. Will he throw dynamite? He will not. Taking his 4 shots, hitting on 5+. 1 hit. Artemus defends on a 3+. He defends. Can Artemus defend his 2 horror hits? He defends both of those. Rolling for movement. No grit. Artemus will fire his coach gun. 2 hits. Each of these hits will be -2 to the roll. 7 more wounds. He's so close to being defeated. Artemus will use one of his throwing hatchets as a free attack, hitting on 4+. He scores a hit. His throw is +2 damage. The Bandito's defense is 2, so it will be an even roll. We need 2 wounds. He has been killed. See what kind of loot this Bandito is carrying on him. 1 Darkstone shard. Rolling to catch our breath. We will heal 3 wounds. Holding back the darkness. 8 is good. Taking our sleep deprivation horror hit. 1 more point of sanity damage. Rolling for movement. 3. Artemus will look through the portal. And on the other side, he sees the fiery caverns of cinder. Inside the caverns of cinder, there is intense heat. At the start of a hero's activation, they take 1 hit for every clothing item they currently have equipped. And they are also +1 max grit. Inside the cavern, it looks like he has found a drilling chamber. Holding back the darkness. 11 is good. Can Artemus defend his horror hit? He does. Rolling for movement. 4. Finding the conditions in the caverns of cinder blistering hot, Artemus decides to remove all of his clothing, his bandana, his gentleman's vest, his scabbard hat, his worn trench coat, and also his veteran's breath mask. He is now initiative 3, luck 4, his health has dropped to 24, and he can only hold 5 corruption points. We do have an advanced encounter for this room. Drilling machines. Large mechanical drilling machines are embedded in the crust here, boring down into the magma below in search of liquid darkstone. The rumble and roar of the machines seems to shake the very foundations of the world. All heroes on this map tile are -1 to their initiative. Also, roll a d6. 6. On the roll of 1, 2, or 3, the roar of the machines hides the approach of enemies. Well, we don't have to worry about that. This card does remain in play for the -1 to initiative. Revealing our exploration token. 1 doorway and 1 encounter. First, let's see which way the doorway will be. To the right. We also need to roll to see if we'll be adding a Hellfire encounter on a 1, 2, or 3. No. Our regular encounter, something in the steam. This chamber is filled with thick gray steam billowing out of natural vents in the rocky walls. It's hard to see more than a couple of feet in front of you as you push through the dense, humid air. Enemy models are immune to critical hits while on this map tile. Also, roll a d6. 4. On the roll of 1, 2, or 3, the steam clouds have obscured approaching enemies. We are fortunate that we don't have to deal with that again. This card does remain in play for the critical hit rule. Holding back the darkness. 10 is good. Taking our sleep deprivation horror hit. We defend. Rolling for movement. 4. Not quite close enough. Holding back the darkness. 8 is good. Taking our horror hit, depending on 3+. No, we take another point of sanity damage. We're just gonna move forward 1 and look through the doorway. He has found a lava lake. We do have an advanced encounter for this room. Lake of Fire. Churning on the far end of the chamber is a roiling lake of liquid magma. It is difficult to even look at without your eyes watering from the blistering heat. All burning markers on this map tile do +1 damage. Something emerges from the Lake of Fire. Make a Spirit 6+ test. Artemis has Spirit of 2. We are not successful. Attack. Draw a threat card. Will we be attacked by Hellfire Succubi? We will. D3 +1 Hellfire Succubi. 3 Hellfire Succubi. Let's reveal our exploration token. 2 doorways and 2 encounters. Let's resolve this attack before we do any of these encounters. Hellfire Succubi are demon cinder enemies, medium size at initiative 8. They have vicious claws. Heroes are -1 to their defense rolls against Hellfire Succubi combat hits. They are Hellfire demons. Succubi are immune to Hellfire and burning markers. They are femme fatales. Hellfire Succubi are immune to critical hits from male heroes. They have a movement of 7. Artemis can escape on a 4+. Their melee to hit is 3+. They have 3 for combat that do 2 damage each, 3 for defense, and 7 health. Their elite abilities will be 1. They are pure evil. Hellfire Succubi combat hits are now +2 damage. And 6. Unholy Spite. They are +1 to their combat. And all holy heroes ending their move on the same map tile as 1 or more Succubi take D3 corruption hits. Well, we don't have any holy heroes, so we don't have to worry about that one. But they still get +1 to their combat. So there are now combat 4 that do 4 damage each. Holding back the darkness. 8 is good. The Hellfire Succubi will go, surrounding Artemis. They each have 4 combat, hitting on 3+. First Succubi scores 3 hits. The next Succubi scores 2 hits. And the third and final Succubi scores 3 hits. Can Artemis defend these 8 hits? Defends 5 of the hits. Will his armor block these 12 wounds? His armor is 4+. He blocks 8 wounds. We will use our Viking shield to prevent 3 other wounds. So he only takes 1 wound this turn. And Artemis prevent his sleep deprivation horror hit. He does. Can he gain a grit? No. Artemis will take his 2 shots with his coach gun, hitting on 3+. Hit. They are immune to criticals, but he still gets bonus damage. Let's not forget that Artemis is the authority of Otar, and he is +1 damage while in an other world. This roll will be +1 to the roll. 5 wounds. We'll put those wounds on the Hellfire Succubi in front of us. Let's throw our other hatchet at that Succubi as well. We hit her on 4+. -2 to the roll. We need a 4 or higher for her to be destroyed. She has been destroyed. Oh. Holding back in the darkness. 11 is good. The Hellfire Succubi will roll their 4 combat each. 4 hits. The second Succubi scores 2 hits. Artemis defends on a 4+. He blocks 4 of those hits. Can his armor prevent any of those 8 wounds? We prevent 3 and take 5 more wounds. Taking his sleep deprivation horror hit. We defend. Can Artemis gain a grit? No. Taking his 2 shots with the coach gun. 2 crits. Again, they are immune, but we get bonus damage on critical hits. Rolls are going to be +1 to each roll. I'll do this Hellfire first. 6 wounds. I feel like we should just take this one out completely. +1 to the roll. She is dead. Holding back the darkness. 4 will fail, getting us a darkness card. The darkness card we have pulled is Temptations of Evil. Whenever the darkness moves 1 or more spaces forward on the depth track, every hero takes 1 corruption hit, remains in play. Rolling the Hellfire Succubi's 4 combat. Scores 2 hits. Artemis' defense is 4+. Defends them both. Taking his horror hit from sleep deprivation. One more point of sanity damage. Can he gain a grit? No. Taking the 2 shots with his coach gun. 2 crits again. +1 to each of these rolls. She is destroyed. Let's see what kind of loot they had on them. What's this? Draw an artifact card or a gear card if in another world. We have pulled rattlesnake fangs. Attached to any item. Once per adventure, you may add +3 damage to one of your hits. You are immune to poison markers. Law or outlaw only. Well, we are neither of those things. That's unfortunate. Let's catch our breath. We'll heal 3 wounds.